Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel. Make sure you like and subscribe the channel. My name's William O'Donnell. I'm a real estate agent here, Long Island, New York. And my first video is going to be on what it's like to be a real estate agent here on Long Island in New York and some of the struggles, what it was like starting out for me. I'm almost 2 years in the business right now. My first year I sold 2 houses and did 3 rentals. Okay. My second year going in now, it is October. The year has not finished. I'm at around 17 transactions right now. I'm with Keller Williams right now. It's been a great year for me. It has not been easy, and I'm going to go over some of the struggles, some of the expectations people have when they join in, and all that sort of stuff. So cool. Right now in New York, we're in a seller's market, which means there's very low inventory and a lot of buyers. So low supply, high demand. When that happens, it's very easy to sell a house right now in a seller's market. You don't need to do much to get it sold. So for every house right now, there's probably around 10 to 20 buyers that are willing to buy it. So you put up a house, it's most likely going to sell fairly quickly for asking or over asking price. So a lot of people know that, and so they decide to get their real estate license. They think it's super easy, and it's not. I'm going to be straightforward about it. It is not easy. For me to get my first transaction took me about 6 months. I don't want to make this a very negative video, if not something that's realistic. So everybody thinks it's a get-rich-quick career. You could make a lot of money, but you got to put in the work. So what do I mean by that? When I first started, I was knocking on about 50 to 100 doors a day, around 70 doors a day, prospecting for business, trying to get listings, which is trying to get motivated sellers to list their house with me, put their house on the market with me, because I did research, and there's 2 aspects. There's buyer agents and there's listing agents. Buyers agents are the ones that take buyers out to go look at properties. Sellers agents or listing agents are the ones that list the property, market the property, and negotiate with agents that bring buyers. They negotiate on behalf of the seller and try to get them the best deal, the best price with the best terms. So obviously, to me, being a listing agent was better because you get to have you have more leverage to go out there and get more business. You don't have to be showing houses all the time, but you do have to prospect, you do have to market the house, and you can do all these things pretty much from the office. You could do it from home. Sorry, my battery's running a little low. Had to close that right there. So you have more leverage with your time. Being a buyer's agent is what most people end up doing when they start, because it's what's easiest. A lot of people want to buy houses. Your cousin, your friend might want to buy a house. You could take them out. But the thing is, you're taking them out, showing them 20, 30, 40 houses, spending gas money, you're spending money on food and whatever else, your time, and you don't get paid until that house closes, until you're at the closing table and you get your check, which, for a couple months of work it's probably going to be less than what you spent in the time of helping that buyer find a home. And then who knows, maybe the buyer might change their mind. Most of them get very frustrated with the process because deals do fall through for whatever reason, and then they just give up. I'm just going to live at my mom's house, I'm just going to keep renting, whatever the case may be. And then it's devastating for the new real estate agent that doesn't have a side job, and now they had their hopes up, because I had my hopes up with a lot of deals that fell through, and it was devastating, because it's like you're counting on that check and it never arrives. So that's something I learned very early, to never expect to close the deal unless you're at the closing table and you get your check handed to you. That's how you know you're sure you're about getting paid. But deals fall through all the time, so it's difficult, it's stressful. The way to be successful in the business is to be persistent, having the mindset to go forward and just go over rejection. You're gonna have a lot of rejection. People cursed me out. People slammed their doors on me. You have to be tough in the head and just ignore all that BS and just keep going. Be persistent. If you're persistent and you're motivated and you never give up, I would say for the first 2 years, that's when you're gonna be struggling the most. After that, it's just gonna be, it's not gonna be all great, but you're still gonna have to prospect for business. But you'll get some referrals here or there. You'll be prepared for when deals do fall through. You'll be better prepared on how to avoid deals from falling through, and you'll just be more experienced. But it's definitely a career where you have to start out with some money saved up or a side income of some sort. Most people don't see their first paycheck, I would say around 6 to 8 months. That's when their first transaction, I think that's the average, and the average agent only sells 2 to 4 houses a year, so about 3 houses a year. So think about that. So how have I become successful after my first year? Just prospecting every day. I try to call about 100 people a day, try to knock on 25 doors a day, try to call and just get into contact with anybody I can, excuse me, and ask for referral business. Just get your name out there, and people will start seeing what you're doing. They'll think of you, and it's just all about being consistent. So before you think about becoming a real estate agent, definitely do your research. It's not for everybody. Sales is not for everybody. People usually, don't want to make the calls. They don't want to knock on the doors because they think they're bothering someone. It all comes down to mindset again. You have to think about, you're coming from a place of value. You're helping that person obtain something they want, and they want a home, or they want to sell their home, or they want to get on with their lives. They want to move to the next chapter. They want to move down to Florida, whatever it may be. So when you come from that kind of mindset, you will be successful. And as long as you're consistent with it and you're dedicated, you will be successful in the career, and you can make a ton of money. So if you are interested in being a real estate agent, if that's ever sparked your interest, there's going to be a link in the description where you could click, and it'll ask you for some contact info. I could reach out personally, or my team leader can. We could set up an appointment, talk about it, and we can inform you guys on any questions you may have. So that's going to be it for this video. I don't want to make it too long. I hope you guys liked the video. Please subscribe. First video on the channel, so I'm excited to see where this goes. Take care, guys.